All right, y'all. So we're going to get into it. I was telling y'all in one of my videos that it was a Benny Johnson reaction. And one of the guys said she put a lot of men in jail. And I told you I was going to research and find it. Well, I think, or I believe, me doing my research, I found a video. This is coming straight from Vice channel. And it says Kamala Harris prosecutor sent this innocent man to jail. So I believe I found someone who was actually sent to jail by her. I need a cookie, okay? Because all it takes for you to do is research and just find out this information. The man said it in one of my reactions. I said, let me try to figure out how to find it so I can see for myself. That's all it is, people. That's all it is. So with that being said, let's get into the video.
In a million years, I would have thought that they were going to charge me for Sell's murder. I never talked to no detective, no police officer, no DA, nobody.
Just arrested and then charged?
Arrested and charged, that's it.
Was the first time you saw Kamala Harris in person the day that the verdict was issued?
She showed up at the two most pivotal times in this first trial, and me being convicted and me being sentenced. She wanted to be present for a celebration of a conviction.
That's what it felt like, celebration?
A celebration, that's what it felt like. The reactions I get when I tell people my story is, they say it's the worst nightmare. You know, it's the closest thing to dying.
Wow.
Well, I'm going to read you a quote real quick. The job of a progressive prosecutor is to look out for those overlooked, to speak up for those whose voices aren't being heard, to see and address the causes of crime, not just their consequences, and to shine a light on the inequality and unfairness that lead to injustice. It is to recognize that not everyone needs punishment, that what many need, quite obviously, is help. Kamala Harris wrote that in her book, The Truths We Hold. Does that sound consistent with the kind of with the brand of justice that you saw administered by offices that she was running?
It definitely sounds like Kamala Harris right now as a senator. But at the time of her being the head district attorney of San Francisco, that is almost polar opposite of what I felt and what our community felt in San Francisco.
So Jamal, where are we?
Right now, we are in Sunnydale Projects, where I was born and raised at. This isn't a place that you'll want to bring outsiders into, and a place that they don't want to go. This ain't a place that feels comfortable. It feels like you might get robbed, you might get shot.
Police were keeping files on you, and your brothers, and other people who were living in Sunnydale from a very young age.
They had already had me labeled, because I'm in this community, as a potential gang member, potential killer, potential drug dealer. You gotta wake up to the fact that, you know, things are set up against us.
There is a conspiracy.
Yes.
It happened to you.
Exactly.
It's proven in court.
Absolutely. Places like this have been developed for predominantly African-American people to not be able to succeed beyond it.
Yeah. What did you know about Kamala Harris? What did you know about San Francisco having a black DA?
Nobody in the hood ever worried or focused on the DA position in general, but people did focus on it just a tad bit, that it was black, and feeling like, okay, this black lady in office, Kamala Harris, she was gonna understand where we come from, you know,
And I hate to say, the whole time, as you can see, man, this is sad. Like, y'all was telling me to check certain stuff out. Well, this I, found out through another video, but this is like crazy. And then that's what I'm saying. Like, it's so good to be able to research, to actually see these things. And these are the stuff that we need to be looking at before we actually go out and go vote. Like, you really, oh God, I can't stress this enough. See how somebody mentioned it, and I said, okay, let me go find out for myself. And now that I find out for myself, it's that fact. When you see it, you cannot unsee it. That is real, people. This is real. This is coming from a man who was tried wrongfully. This is his story.
Have more of a sympathetic way of prosecuting people that come from our communities who have been plagued with no opportunities. This is Hunter's Point, where these different projects and communities used to really war with each other.
Jamal, in July 2007, what's going on in your life at that point?
I had recently just came off of I Love New York, and also that's when my friend Sel Kuka got killed.
More than a year goes by and no one's been arrested in the case. You hadn't even been questioned.
Haven't even been questioned, no. The police was still, trying to get a conviction by all means necessary. When I was arrested for it, the community knew I didn't do it. And it was here we go again. See, this is why we don't trust, law enforcement, because it gets to a point where somebody who didn't do something goes to jail for it. I don't have no history of crime. What's up, boy? I have a history of being around in the community, but that doesn't mean that I'm a suspect. I'm like, oh man, I'll be out within 72 hours. They're gonna figure this out. They're gonna clear this up.
And then when you found out what the evidence was that they supposedly had you on, there wasn't much there. Can you describe what it was?
They had a woman saying that she seen me kill Sel. The second witness that they had really wasn't a witness at all. She said anything that the police officers wanted her to say, and they said that her recollection of the events was extremely credible. So that's what ultimately got the arrest warrant.
The District Attorney of San Francisco, Kamala Harris, appeared in the courtroom during your trial twice.
Yeah, the two times that Kamala Harris showed up to my trial was when I got convicted, and also when they laid down the sentencing.
When you saw her on the day that the verdict was handed down, did you take that as a bad sign?
It felt to me that...
Y'all, I'm so sorry. I don't edit none of my videos, so y'all gonna see this. My puppy just jumped on my cord and knocked the thing out. So hopefully the sound system, everything is still good. Let's get back into the video. Move, Kylie. Move. Move. I'm sorry. She done knocked my headset out, everything. All right, hang on. Let me get mine. All right, boom.
That she was well aware about my case, and she was there to set her presence, almost take pride in getting a conviction. When I put in my appeal, the people that's fighting against my appeal to keep the conviction is the Attorney General office. I learned it reading, their reply to my appeal, and you see Kamala Harris' name at the bottom. And now it's starting to feel a little personal.
When you win the $13.1 million, it's a massive settlement. Did you feel like that was enough?
There's not an amount that could get back those 7 years.
Right.
That 6.5 years that I spent in prison. But instead of me coming home feeling like I was a victim, I wanted to prove that I'm a survivor, and I will not let my story go unheard.
7 years? And you're innocent? Dang.
I'm not necessarily saying I'm looking for an apology, but some acknowledgement from her that she could have messed up would be, of course, that'd be huge. You could have made some mistakes. You could have missed some things. For me, it was a big miss. I had life in prison. I've met people in prison that was wrongfully convicted. I want my story to be out to provoke reform ultimately. Beyond that, I want to be able to be who I want to be. I'm an actor, I'm a musician, I'm a father. I'm more than this person that was framed. I'm more than this person that was wrongfully convicted.
Wow. Man. That is sad. That's sad. Now, again, this is from Vice, y'all, coming straight from their page. Now, that's sad, though. 7 years, like you said, the actor, father, like all that. You took all that from him, and he was innocent the whole time. Y'all, it's here. It's right here. Again, I want to apologize for my puppy, y'all. She knocked my mic cord out, my headset, because she was trying to lay up underneath the table. But this was sad. See, you see how it is? If you go looking and searching and stuff like that, you can definitely find the real facts and the truth, y'all. This is really sad for this man. But I'm really glad that he was able to take this horrible nightmare situation and flip it. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, no amount of money could change, the nightmare that he was in. But at least he came out saying to say, you know what? I'm going to flip this. I'm going to make this positive. And then y'all hear what he say? He was looking at life. So these are all the things that you need to take in consideration when it gets time to go out and do what y'all need to do. You know what I'm saying? Again, whether you're on this side or that side. Oh, somebody said, I can't remember in my comments, said, were you on this side or that side? Research. That's simple. Just don't let anybody dictate or tell you how to think. Go think for yourselves. Okay? That's it for me. If y'all have anything to say, y'all know y'all can drop it in the comment section. Again, this is the last week in Georgia to do early voting, so get out and go vote.